and welcome to this edition of the Time with Hime podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Cordes, joined by Superintendent Hime and a wonderful panel of guests.
Yes, always glad to have guests, especially our students. We have so many superstar students that, it's one thing we talk about all the time. If anybody would like to see a group of students or whatever, hey, info at lawtonps.org. Send us an email. We'll try to get them on the podcast. Today, we're honored to have our vocational agriculture or FFA students.
Yes.
And these are three of our officers, so they're going to tell us who they are, what they do, and we'll talk a little bit about Lawton Public Schools Vocational Agriculture or FFA.
My name is Larry Donnell, and I'm this year's president.
My name is Kelly Ogle, and I am this year's secretary.
My name's Kay Williams. I'm this year's vice president.
Okay, Larry, tell us what you do in FFA, or tell us about some event about to come up.
So this weekend, this Saturday, November 9th, we're going to be hosting our annual calf scramble, or calf fry, I should say. And we're going to have a silent auction. It's going to be here at the LRC at 6 p.m. And we'll have calf fries, chicken strips, a couple different things. And it's a monetary donation. We're not charging anything for the meal. We encourage people to come and participate in the silent auction. It really just helps get our chapter through the year with our funds, all our activities, all the places we go, all the trips we take.
So come in, drop a 20 in, eat, buy a solid auction deal, and you'll feel good about me.
Yep.
Maybe a 40 in to eat or something. 220.
Bring the family. Bring
the family.
Yeah, bring a couple with me and drop a 20 in for everybody, and then buy an auction item or two, and we're all good.
That would be great.
So you have any, not a loaded question because it's early yet, and I know that they may not have showed them, any idea of any of the silent auction items out there?
So each officer has had to come up with 10 or so silent auction items, so it all kind of random.
You got anything special we need to know about?
It's all. I got a couple homemade things.
Oh, awesome!
We got the shop done this year, so the welding shop for FFA. So
awesome! I'm kind of excited to see that. That'll be good. So you've been working in there.
You're excited because we've got that
Ag Mech shop.
I'm so glad.
We may talk about that in a minute if we have some time. We'll move on.
So we'll be doing the Ag Days November 14th and 15th, and that's just where we have like smaller kids, usually middle schoolers, come down to our school farm, and they get to walk through different activities that we have and see if they're interested in agriculture.
And it's one thing to encourage, because one thing we don't talk about, and we'll try to get into a little bit as time permits, but some people always see ag or FFA as showing animals or just animals, and there's a whole lot more to it in the things that you can be involved in and the activities you can be, except for that. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. So Larriet,
Kelly,
and Kay.
Kay, got it.
Yeah.
Kay.
So I know we have about 10 to 15 different hands-on activities. We're going to have livestock. I'm bringing some animals to the barns for the kids to see. We're going to have equipment that they're going to learn about. They're going to be making stuff. It's going to be really hands-on. And all of LPS 7th graders can enroll in our agricultural classes after this.
And that's where they get their first introduction to ag. So what do you do in ag?
I show pigs.
Pigs.
So hopefully, rumor is we're going to get a new pig barn.
Waiting on somebody to step up.
Somebody, but we're hoping.
We're waiting on somebody to step up and do something for us. Yes.
To come up.
Awesome.
And then also rodeo, and then I'm a part of our officer team for this year. Hopefully next year as well.
Awesome. And what do you do?
I mainly work with the officer team. I don't show pigs or anything. I was wanting to, but I wouldn't have the time to do it this year because of soccer.
Awfully time consuming for those that don't know. Showing animals is not just showing up to one day with a show. It's every day of taking care of them, correct?
Yes.
So are you in any other activities or contests with ag? Just officers, which is a lot of time there too with being in soccer, I'm sure.
Well, come second semester, I'm going to be doing some CDEs.
Okay.
And probably I'm going to be doing Creek contests.
Okay, good. Awesome. What about you, Larry?
So I'm enrolled in the new shop class here at the LRC.
Oh, awesome.
The FFA Ag Shop class.
Big shout out to the McMahon Foundation for a huge donation that helped make that possible.
Yes.
And the school board who put the rest of the money in. So go ahead, you can shout out to those. Tell them thank you yourself if you'd like.
Yes, I'm very thankful that we have it finished. I was really excited about it last year, and I'm really glad to be in there this year.
So you said you made some items in there, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not going to disclose on those.
Because they have to come to the calf fry, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
I
they
mean-
just have to come see it.
Very good. Anything else about that we need to talk to? Somebody said something about, one thing, I've been doing this for 39 years. I add them up. And I think I've bought sausage. The blue and gold sausage is the best. And they were telling us, and we'll let them talk, but they ordered extra. So if you don't have blue and gold sausage and you want more, do y'all have extra?
Yes, we have tons of extra blue and gold. We also have DJ's fundraising food, so that's a lot of extra stuff. There's fajitas and tamales and all kinds of extras. We are selling our honey hams for this Thanksgiving, so if you don't want to have to cook, you can come get a ham.
So how do I get that? If I want some blue and gold sausage, how do I get it?
You can go to our Lawton FFA Facebook page, or you can go on Lawton PS info.
Okay, so
we'll
it's
have a link there.
info at Lawton PS, or our website, lawtonps.org. Either one of those. And if you need to, just call up and we'll get you on somebody. Because if you need the blue and gold, you want that, because that's good sausage.
I'm just excited they have extras.
Yeah, I know,
saw
because
it.
I
purchased.
I'm one of those people that my son-in-law lives and my daughter, obviously, they live on a family farm, and they have their own beef. So I buy a half a beef. Well, I just filled my freezer, so I only got a little bit of blue and gold. So I'm now, in a couple of weeks, when I've made a little bit of room, I'm going to have to get me a little bit more of that blue and gold, because I like to eat that all year long. That's the best sausage out there, in my opinion.
It's incredible, and so is the rest of the food. And Kelly, I know the one thing with our FFA team and officers is you guys are very active in the community. You're doing something tonight, right? Do we want to let everybody know to come see you somewhere?
Yes, we'll be at Ambucks from 6 to 9 p.m. We're going to be getting there around 5:45, and we're going to be helping with Pancake Day today.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
I didn't even know that was tonight. Awesome. Thanks
Yeah,
for
the Great
It's at the
Plains.
Coliseum.
at the Coliseum. Today is Ambucks Pancake Day, and our FFA chapter is helping out. Great.
Yes,
I
they're
learned something today.
Yes, they're very involved in our community. So thank you guys. Is there anything else that you want to say with our community while you have their attention, or just give a thanks to anybody else out there?
Not anything I can think of, no.
Not at the moment.
Awesome. Thank y'all for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
One more time, Larry, before we go, tell them the calf fry is when?
The calf fry is November 9th.
Which is this?
This Saturday. We normally have it on a Sunday, but we found it better fits people's schedules to have it this Saturday.
All
And I know the Sooners play Saturday night at 6:45. They're not all that good this year, so you can come on to the calf fry. Get there about 5:50. Get in line, get in. You can eat, make high bids on every item in there. You'll be the first one to bid. Surely you won't win but one or two. And then you can go on and watch the game, and somebody will call you and tell you to come pick up your items. Well, the game will be over. You can go pick up your items and go ahead and pay for it.
We might even ask them to put the game on the TV.
There you
for
go.
those that wanna sit over
Oh,
there. Look,
see,
Kay's
there we
already
go.
said yes.
I'm not
They've
sure
got
when
that
OSU plays, so we might have to have two TVs. Huh?
There you go. We'll work it out,
Yeah,
right?
we'll work it out.
All right. Well, you guys hang tight with us. We're going to finish the rest of the podcast, and then you'll help me sign off, okay?
Great.
All right.
Big days. First of all, Friday, virtual day. And again, we talk about this every time we have a virtual day. When I was in high school a couple years ago,
Just a little bit.
just a couple days ago, I just said I taught for 39 years, so I got to say 39 years. But anyway, we used to have professional development days throughout the year. So you'd have what they call PD days, so no school. What we've done is made a virtual day and a PD day the same. So just know all of our teachers are doing PD as well as working on virtual days for our students, so our students continue to understand what virtual days are, because as we get the bad weather, we may need to use virtual days. Oklahoma City, almost the whole area went virtual today just because of the threat of tornadoes. So that's what's Friday. Monday is Veterans Day. We're one of the few schools that take out of school on Veterans Day, but a lot of our students miss that day, and we did a study back before I got here. They had a whole committee that worked on it, and the high absentee days, if we're going to have 35-40% of our students absent, it makes sense just to make it a student day off. So Veterans Day, no school. So Friday, virtual day. Veterans Day, no school. It gives our military families and our families as a whole that are off those days, it can give them a 4-day weekend and time for families to go visit right here before. Those of you that deer hunt, you can go deer hunt for 4 days. You just have to use a bow, I think is what season it is. So those are two big things we got coming on.
And on Veterans Day, I will say we do a really good job with our teams and our schools. So check out our LPS TV channel and our social media pages, because we do a lot of tributes for our soldiers that are also educators on the class day. And thanks to our military families families that are here in our community. So
wrapping up fall sports, football. All 3 teams made the playoffs. I do believe I saw that today. Very excited for that. Congratulations to all 3 football teams for making the playoffs. Look at their webpage, look at the sports page or whatever, and stay tuned to see where they play. There's another game this week that'll kind of iron out who plays where, so that's exciting. I think if MacArthur wins, they get a home game. MacArthur and Lawton High could actually play the first round of the playoffs, so that would be kind of cool to have that first round of the playoffs, MacArthur and Lawton High at Cameron Stadium. Lawton High is in 6A2. They could possibly host with the win, and if things went right. So we're excited about the football playoffs as they go. And guys, basketball right around the corner, and a lot of other sports. I know our band, I saw where our Lawton High band, I believe, did great at their competition. I didn't see anything on the others. So
well,
share
everybody
it with us.
on the same day, all 3 of our bands did phenomenally well.
Awesome.
So we were really encouraged and thankful to be able to celebrate them for that as well. And you did mention tornadoes for Oklahoma
weather
City.
is just.
So let's do a reminder to our families.
We always
what
talk
do.
about weather, even cold, bad weather, or what it is. It's one thing that's great about virtual. You as a parent, if you feel like it's a day you don't want your kid to go to school because you think it's too cold or you think there's going to be a tornado, although most of our schools have tornado shelters and are safer than most of our houses. But if you feel that way, call your kid in virtual. That's why we have virtual. As long as they log on and do the work and make communication, they'll be counted present. So that's why parents get the choice. We don't want to tell you have to come to school when the weather's bad. And we talked about with the tornadoes and the bad weather. The things you got to remember, though, is if we're in shelter in place because there's a tornado coming, we're not going to open the door so you can get your kids. So please don't come out and try to get them, because obviously the tornado shelter's no good when we open the door. And so that's something we have to remind parents, because it happens all the time when we're in shelter in place. It'll be 3 o'clock, doors locked, kids in there, and somebody wants their kid, and then they get mad because it's their kid. And I understand totally. I raised 3 kids. I understand totally. They're your kids. We want you to be parents and be active and be involved in what your students do, but we do have those special situations.
And we will put notifications out there. It'll come from the district, whether we go into shelter in place or we have the all clear. So make sure that your phone number and your contact information is updated with the school quickly, because we usually do this conversation in spring, but here we are almost in winter.
Well, we got the winter.
We've got
Oklahoma. It could snow and ice tomorrow in Oklahoma. You guys know how that is. We're the only place in the world you can get 4 seasons in one day. So make sure, like Lynn said, I make sure the way we communicate for the most part about whether we're going to have school or not is we try to make that decision the night before, but it's almost solely through our notification system. It gets to the TV and some of those things, but that's just a second thought. Our main thing is send out the text and the phone call through the notification system. So if you don't have your number in or your number's changed, you need to get you need to correct your number so you can get notified.
Correct. And we had a lot of things going on. November is here, but before you know it, November will be gone and we'll be into December.
Man,
we were just talking with the kids of all the things that they have to get ready to do.
Oh, well.
We know we have some
fast
stuff coming
moving.
up.
We talked about it in our meeting today. We had one of our leadership meetings this morning that we're going to blink and it's going to be Christmas. And this is one of the fastest moving times with everything that goes on. And those of you that are seniors, you're half done. It seems like it's going to be quick. So.
Are you a senior?
I'm a sophomore.
Oh,
awesome. Oh, you got 3 years with the AgMech shop.
There you
Awesome.
go.
Very good. So, got anything else?
I really don't. We have a lot of things on our social media, so please tune in and check all of that out. Our website, like you said, is once again
LawtonPS.org.
And then if you have any questions, you can always email us.
Or want somebody special on the podcast or anything else, or got questions about how to get blue and gold sausage and can't find it. Info at LawtonPS.org.
All right. We're so excited that you guys could join us.
Yes, thank you so much.
And don't forget, this Saturday they have the calf fry, and they would love for you to come out, have some dinner with them, and put some auction items in their car, right? Take them all out and whatnot. Other than that, will you guys help me say goodbye? Yay. Okay. Be well, stay safe, make positive impacts, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.